Hey, it's going out to my channel too now. I'm gonna slap Eric around because I reminded him you need to mention Ben Sound in the description, and he didn't again.
Oh no, you have to do that. You're going to get a strike.
Yeah,
Well, you
get
won't get a
copy.
strike. You'll get a warning.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering how many times we're gonna get a warning before all of a sudden HTM is the YouTube page or YouTube page is gone. But yeah, just for fun, I tried it and I just brought
Well,
up
you can,
my
you can go back and add the description, right? So
yeah. And I do. I tend to, if I know that something needs to be adjusted, I'll go and adjust it. Come on, get down there. Don't get stuck there. These holes I verified yesterday are just in the right spot to where when the chrome piece goes on, the headlights will actually go directly into where they need to be. I have to say this is a little bit different. The last car I can remember actually building was the Ghostbusters Ecto 1A, and I lit it and everything. And the chrome didn't have plastic behind it, so I was able to just put the lights into the chrome. But doing it this way, I get to use the kit supplied plastic for the lenses. That's perfect. The LEDs fit directly into the lights. I hear the camera.
I hope that's long enough for his whole leg. We'll find out.
What do you think, Todd? That's one light.
That looks fantastic. Are you gonna do them both? Are all four supposed to be lit?
That's one light out of four. All four of them have bulbs.
I was gonna say, but on the movie, are all four lit or just two?
Yes. Yeah, all four are lit because it's the brights. On the actual car?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, are the high beams on?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Let me go get a butane torch. So I bought this a while back, Todd. Used it for soldering.
Yeah.
And I ended up dropping it and broke one of the tips. I broke the tip, but I was still able to solder with it until the tip just melted away.
Yeah.
But I liked it so much that I bought its brother.
Wow. That is a huge torch, bro.
It is awesome. They are really cool. You just have to be careful because there is a hole in the side of every bit, and that hole, that's where the exhaust gases go out. You don't want to aim it at the wrong part, like at the plastic of the model. Other thing, do not have towel sitting there to catch on fire, burn the house down.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't burn your house down on live stream.
That would actually get us more views.
Probably would. The dangers of mono working.
Yeah.
I suppose I can bring this camera down. Show what I'm actually working on here. Now, see, I wish I knew which way this got mounted.
I don't remember. That's been forever ago.
No, I mean when it gets mounted into the chest.
Oh,
because I want to drill a hole in this case for the wire.
yeah.
But I don't. I would like it to come out the bottom, and I don't know which way this gets mounted in here because it's a button on the back and it's off center. So I'm curious to.
And that I just realized that, and I'm like, that's kind of a weird way to do that because that means to turn it on when it's in the actual figure when it's done.
Yeah.
You have to pop it out.
No, there's a push bar. In his back. There's a little button in his back that pushes through the body and pushes on that button. But I don't know where that is. So I might have to step away and go watch somebody's video that's much farther along in this and has mounted it. Let's see if I can figure that out.
Yeah. Well, I'll be here. What I think is funny is, okay, and I know Gilly had something going on, but even viewers yesterday were like, yeah, I'll be there. Where are they?
They don't like us?
Could be.
Well, it's Labor Day. They're all at the lake. They're all grilling. I get it.
They're not at the lake here. It's raining.
Mm. All right, I'm gonna step away for a minute. Let me see if I can figure out where this is, where this goes. So I'll be back.
All right. Okay. Hey, Frankie B. Welcome. Right now, Todd has stepped away because he's trying to figure out how the Iron Man light and the chest light is going to be lit up, or how it's where he can run a wire out of it. Because he's actually working on putting different LEDs so it's where it can run off wall power. This is actually not a hot knife; it's a soldering tool. It works really well. Just don't drop it, because this tip here, I had one before. I dropped it, chipped the tip, and the tip just melted. But it works really well when you're using it. And I use it over here. I'm using it over here because my other bench where the soldering iron is, I don't have a camera on. Guess it would help if I turned on the power supply. Where's the other green one? Yes. So there are the headlights for on one side. I gotta tie these two green ones together so that it can run back into the trunk as a pair of wires rather than four. Make sure. Okay. And one thing to be careful on one of these things too is right there, that hole. That's where the hot exhaust comes out. Works great for heat shrink, but you don't want to inadvertently melt something or pointed glue. That would be bad. Yeah, eventually Christine will have the she'll have headlights, she's got tail lights, she's also got lights up inside, and I've got some that I want to wire onto the bottom of the car. I'm actually working on the last of my red magnet wire. When I noticed earlier that it was running out, I was like, well, that's sad. I've only had this since 2013. There's the problem with something like this. It's lost the tinning. So it's not grabbing the solder. Turn it down just a hair. Lead free. Believe it is silver flux. Let me dip it in the retinning thing that I've got. That's better. Actually, let me get the copper cut too. It came with that sponge, but I find that the copper mesh is much better to clean the tip off.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, Todd. Frankie B showed up while you were gone.
Frankie B. Hi, Frankie B.
There we go, Todd. Both sets of lights on one side.
Excellent. Well, you're doing fast.
It's easy. What I do need to do is get some heat shrink, though. Nothing is worse than sealing up a model. Everything's working great, and as soon as you seal up the model, yeah, a light goes out.
Yeah.
That never happens.
Well, that's what I was worried about with using those little light sticks, is that they're so delicate that I would get through finishing it, getting it all soldered together, get it in there, put it together, and then have one little snap, and they all quit.
Yeah, because you were going to end up wiring them in series, weren't you?
Yep. And that just wouldn't work.
Nope. I'm one of these people that it's as I'm going along, I test, and then after I test it again. Okay. So I could cut this one off. And not throw that wire away because that's a pretty long chunk of wire there. Do the same thing with this green one. Of course, everything I'm doing is off camera right now because the car is hanging off the edge of the table.
I'm just drilling a hole. That's all I'm doing over here. Just drilling a hole.
Well, sometimes a hole's got to be drilled. Mark, welcome. Took me a second to remember the name. There. God, those lights. I love the way that light looks.
Aren't you glad you lit it now?
I knew I was going to light it. I always was. It's just, well, actually, you're right. I think I was going back and forth. So run these back to the trunk. Thanks, Mark. This is actually our second day of our Sunday stream. At the end of what were we at? 6.5 hours yesterday?
Did we go that long? That's my
I
fault.
think we did. It was after 6, so we were 6.5 hours in. And after that, at that point, we were all like, "Do we do it again tomorrow?" Everybody's off. Eric was here earlier.
Well, Eric will be back, and
Yeah.
Donnie will show up. It's just they're doing,
Family.
family
And
things.
it's that family thing.
Get you every time.
Yep. I am. Matter of fact, you can't get the full effect of it because I'm not ready to put the body onto the chassis. But inside of Christine, I have some SMDs. Echo, turn off workbench. It's being blown out by the LEDs actually hitting, but there, you can see there's going to be a pretty good glow going in there. I hear you, Frankie.
You put red inside or green inside? You put green inside.
Green. I hear you, Frankie. When we moved over from California to Illinois, it was almost 8 months before I could get back to work on anything. Echo, turn on workbench. The trick, Todd, is going to be hooking these wires to these wires, jumper wires that go outside the car, to the headlight and the taillight wires all at the same time, because it's all inside a roughly 2 by 3 inch area here, which is completely closed when I get the model done. Thanks, Bart. And I put 4 of them in there because I'm hoping, let me see, I haven't tried it. Of course, I unhooked the wires. Let me rehook the wires and let's see what effect it gives on the inside of the car. Can't really see anything.
A
little bit.
Yeah.
Echo, turn off workbench. And then the hang on. I love digital cameras. They don't care.
Just like the movie, don't you have to set it on fire at some point?
No, that's what Eric's going to do.
Oh, all right. We'll save that for Eric.
Yeah. I don't know if the fiber would give as good light inside, because what I've got 4 SMDs in there. One of them was flickering just a second ago. Echo, turn on workbench. And the last thing I'm going to do, I'm also going to run somehow, probably out the same hole that I've got these wires coming out. I'm going to run a positive and a negative lead, and I'm going to put some purple some purple LED tape, probably 3 on each side, one strip for 3 in the back. And I don't think I can, unless I put it against the firewall, don't think I can put one up in the front anywhere.
Oh my God, what happened?
What about Echo? You mean Ecto?
Wow, that camera flipped out on the color. Oh
Yeah. Oh, I've got one too. And you saw that little purple mat I have.
No, if I go up here, it goes back to pink. It does not like. It doesn't know how to color correct. It's auto white balance for you. Was he acting about Ecto?
Not sure.
Did your doorbell just ring?
Oh, Echo. Yes, that is a Amazon.
Something. Can you say it again?
Echo, shut up. That's a Alexa. I'll be right back. We got to go see who's at the door. Probably a delivery.
See, that's
A live stream.
Does he still have his headset on?
I'm Mark. Live streaming. Building models.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's actually notice, and there are going to be others on right now. We've got people joined in that are chatting. As a matter of fact, me right now.
I'm going to mute him because I don't think he realizes he still has his headset on and it's so far away that it's garbled. Yeah, I think a lot of us have our lights, like my lights are on Amazon too. You just get a smart switch, you can attach it to your Amazon, and you can plug your lights into that. That's what I did. You don't need a phone. You just need some kind of home automation, like an Amazon Alexa, like an Amazon Echo, or Google Home will do it. And then you can buy a smart switch, like a smart plug. You connect it to your Wi-Fi, and then you can connect it to your Alexa or your Google Home. You give it a name. Like I named my lights Lab, so I can say, Alexa, turn on the lab or turn off the lab, and she'll turn the lights off. Yeah, I don't think it would change color if it had something white to base it on. If I grabbed like a napkin here, like if I was working on a napkin, and then I readjusted the camera, it probably, nope, it hates that too. Apparently it just needs lots of colors to work on. All right. Now, we're just going to take all this crap out. Stuff it in here.
Thanks, Todd. I did not think to mute myself.
No, we heard you talking to somebody, whoever you were talking to, and it was garbled because you were too far away, and I'm like, I'm going to mute him.
Yeah, we had an appointment to meet with some folks about solar today, and I forgot all about it. So now it's Friday at 3. So before I left, I was going to show this. And it's not showing up very well. Hang on. 'Cause I know it shows up pretty good in the car itself, or it did.
Yeah. I
Echo,
figured
turn off bench.
You just didn't take your headset off. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. So you can see I've got working taillights on here too.
I think it looks great.
I do too. Like I said, I thought about running it up higher, but I'm not going to. And the color of the plastic being red is what is putting the red out. Echo, turn on bench. So did you figure out where to put the hole?
Yeah.
Cool. So when I'm ready to get my lights done right, I'm just gonna send it to you.
There you go.
Cool.
Powered LED.
Lights on your 30 Ford. Very cool.
Now you can actually see the detail on it too. Remember how it was blown out yesterday?
Yeah. Did you just diffuse a little bit more, or?
No, that's the same, just tissue paper in there, diffusing it.
By the way, anybody who wishes to jump onto the stream, there's the link to get you on.
We do open streaming. Come join us. Build something.
I know somebody who says that on his channel as he ends.
Yeah.
Yep. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done it in a long time because
you know a guy?
I know a guy. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever watched any of Starfleet Model Academy. Yeah, absolutely, Mark. Come on. But Wally, over a couple of years ago, had some pretty serious health problems, so he actually has dropped off. But I've chatted with him a little bit on Facebook, and he is possibly going to come back to streaming this fall.
All right, now comes the fun one, which is
the hand.
I take the whole arm apart, and a lot of it is underneath plastic covers.
Uh-huh.
So I hope I don't damage them.
Welcome, Mark. Now that's a purple mat.
That is a very purple mat.
It actually looks like, is that mat under glass? No, there's a plastic sheet on there. Okay.
I have a piece of glass on it. That's what I put my tape on when I cut my tape.
Yeah.
Because I'm masking up all the trim on the truck so I can spray the stainless.
Oh boy.
Very nice.
I remember masking like that. I did the nacelles on the Enterprise. Oh, oof, a lot of work.
It's good
but
for
if
you.
Watch my video. If you watch my videos, my mat turns pink like that as well. It goes from pink to purple. Can you guys hear me fine, or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think they're all the same color.
Probably. I got mine from Walmart.
Now that little one I picked up off at Amazon. I use it when I'm live streaming and doing the part works.
Yeah.
Because what I'll do is I'll put the part works because I don't want to scratch the paint, and the only reason I don't have a towel underneath this one right now is because of the torch. But I put the part works on the towel, and then I use the cutting mat as needed if I need to cut something or anything like that.
Yeah, I got one. I got a green one for soldering, as you can tell.
Yeah.
And then I got another one just for cutting my photo etch.
You cut photo etch on the cutting pad?
Yep. It's like
I usually
it's a lot
use-
harder. It's a lot harder.
I usually
plastic
use-
I got at the dollar store.
I usually use this tile that I've got right here.
Yep, old
Yeah.
piece of tile work great. Glass.
And I have on the bench, on both benches, I've got glass. On the one to the left of me, I've actually got a cutting mat underneath the glass. And the instructions for the, what was it, 18th century, what was it, 18th century 26-foot longboat, which I need to get back to. One of my way too many models that I'm working on at the same time.
I know what you mean. I've got a whole bunch of them on the go. Working
I
on
actually
the parts
counted-
schedule.
I actually counted at one
Go ahead.
point. Counted them at one point, and including the parts works, I've got like 19 models going right now.
A little more than me. I think I've got about 8 on the go.
On some of them, I count them as in work, even though I haven't touched them in 9 years.
Well, I've only been working on models again for about a year and a half or so now.
I started after about a 20-year hiatus after I retired from the Air Force back in 12 or 13. These things when you have to be mobile and able to move every couple of years, working on models is not really easy.
Well, as of August 31st, I've only been doing YouTube for 3 years.
You got me. November will be my second year.
I've had an account for a long time, but
Yeah, me too.
didn't put anything on it.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I started out doing like tabletop gaming and dioramas and stuff, and it just wasn't going anywhere. So one of the guys that I was chatting with, he did challenge me to use a model and build a diorama, like an apocalypse model. So I did. Bought a 66 Suburban, did all kinds of work to it. And then I took a 69 Cougar and totally turned it into like an apocalypse rig. And built a diorama, and that kind of started the models all of a sudden. And I've been doing it since then.
Very cool. Well, Eric, Rascals Hobbies, who isn't on right now, it's kind of funny because I would chat with him and stuff on when we were both on the HLI, and he said I should get, they were like, you should start doing videos and all that. And so I posted a video. My first video on YouTube was one that was actually from when I built my Ecto 1 in 2013, the way I did the lights on top, and it was just six 3mm 7-color LEDs, that randomly changed, cycled through. Threw that up there, and I'm like, year and a half later, I started actually posting. My first video was a live stream doing the Terminator.
What'd you think of building the Terminator?
I never
Terminator-
really got into the modeling or the community or anything until, I don't know, about a year ago, really.
Yeah. Terminator wasn't bad, except for the Terminator. You don't need to use. You really don't need to use the 3-in-1 oil.
No.
Brian, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me again.
Uh-huh.
But before the video uploaded, I figured y'all might be interested in something.
Let's see it.
How's it going, Brian?
Pretty good, Mark. How about yourself, buddy?
Well, we're still living anyways.
You're breathing, right?
Woke up on the right side of the green.
Oh, look at that.
That is beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Flames are painted
Oh,
on.
man. That looks friggin' wicked.
Yeah, just finished 2K'ing it and doing a video on it, and it's uploading right now.
That
Look
is
at that hood. Look at that
very
hood.
nice.
Can you bring that hood
Lucky
closer?
you.
You can't see the metallic flake in it either, or the pearl.
Lucky you. I could never
Wow.
freaking.
It's more purple than it looks on camera.
You're gonna have to show me how to do a finish like that. It looks amazing.
2K clear.
Mm.
If you
Can't
airbrush,
go wrong with that.
yeah. If you use an airbrush, you might as well get you some inexpensive, cheap automotive 2K clear and a little bit of reducer.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't have to
looks
be
great.
expensive 2K clear. That's for
No,
sure.
I use
Fantastic.
what I use is the cheapest. When I went to my automotive paint supply store and I asked for the cheapest automotive 2K clear system they had. $27 for a quart kit. I'm on close to about 30 models with it right now.
Not bad.
Yeah, no, not bad at all.
Yeah. That's the same as me. But I did the same thing. Said I need their cheapest stuff. So they pulled out. It's PPG, but it's their low line PPG
Right.
kind of thing. It's called
Right.
U-Pull.
Yeah, you can get that off
Yeah, it was-
Amazon. You can
Yeah,
get
I
a
think so.
gallon kit for like 75, 80 bucks off Amazon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go with a gallon though, just because of the hardener could eventually harden on you. But I've been using my kit I've had it, I know, a good 2.5, almost 3 years now.
Very cool.
Your video is up and running.
It's already uploaded.
Yeah. I just got a notification for it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Couldn't have been done without Papa Dan. He's the one that cut the masks out.
So, Todd, on the Terminator,
Yes.
instead of oil, on a lot of the screws, you would want to use Loctite because they come loose over time. And on the fingers, definitely want to get Chloe's mods.
Oh yeah, I know I have those.
Are you working the Terminator?
I already built it.
Oh, okay. The only problem with using a butane soldering torch is when it runs out of gas.
It's even worse when your butane can is out too.
Yeah. Well, I actually have three of them, three tanks of butane. Plus, I had to do heat shrink, and so I showed Todd this earlier. I like the one that I got, this one right here, so much that I went out and got his big brother.
Oh. Masking and masking and masking. Gotta love masking.
Ain't it nice? Yeah, I've got a tutorial too on my channel on how I actually mix and spray automotive 2K clear. So if you're interested in it, it ain't that old. I didn't do it very long ago. I done it with my last build.
Oh heck yeah! What's the channel name?
Got Fuels Model Car Garage.
Got Fuels Model Car Garage.
Can I put it in the chat?
I think it's gonna block it because it'll be a link.
Oh, okay.
Just put the first half and then make another comment in the second half of it.
Yeah. It won't take
hang
a
on a
link.
second.
You can just put the name in, but not a link. If for whatever reason YouTube blocks links.
Yeah, I haven't done a 2K clear tutorial on my channel yet.
I found you. Subscribe. See?
Okay.
Done.
I was thinking of doing one, but I figure there's enough people out there that have done the tutorial. Do I really need to do one?
Yeah, everybody's got their own way.
I mean, if anything, I'm doing it to show you how to do it for the brand that I've got, not so much on how to actually do it.
Right.
Just what you need to do for this brand that I've got. Oh, neighbor's home. I can hear the Harley coming in. I don't know if you guys heard that go by or not, but
Yep.
I did.
there's only the two of us that live on this laneway in the middle of the bush. You can always hear it. And if you'll hear it every now and then in my videos too, when he leaves or he comes home.
It's like I'll watch Horlicks, who's one of the guys over in Alex, over in UK, and I think he lives next to a fire station.
Oh,
So he'll be doing streams, and fire engines will go by all the time.
yeah. All of a sudden, you hear all the trucks take off. There, one side almost completely masked off. Ah. And then I got the box to do. Oh, and the tailgate. that's the way it looks before all the masking. Camera sure doesn't pick up that candy red like it does in real life.
No, yeah, just like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but in all my videos, I got a little lighter in the upper right-hand corner of the video,
Yeah.
a little white lighter, and I always use that to set my white balance. And once I do that, it makes it completely different. But I would do the same if I was to record with that camera. I would do the same thing. I would set the white balance using
Set the
I
white
use,
balance.
yeah, I use DaVinci Resolve to do my editing, and in it, it's got a little tab that you just click and drag over and click it on your white, and it sets it, and my colors completely change. I've piddled with the settings in the camera, I've used some of the recommended settings that some other channels, say to use, and
Yeah.
I just found
It's like
that after doing that, it gets the closest representation of the color that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
There we go.
But see, if I look at this, the candy purple,
It looks blue.
I mean, does it? Looks purple
Yes.
to me.
Yeah, it looks blue to me on camera. But then that's a combination of
Yeah.
my computer screen and your camera and all that.
Yeah.
There you go, Buck. A wired hand.
Very cool.
What is that? Iron Man?
Yeah, so this is the Iron Man build, but the way they made it is there's batteries in every hand, both feet, the chest, the head, and I'm going to wire it all to one
shit.
power source. So I put an LED in there, and
Oh, cool. Yeah, so you added the LED?
Yeah.
Okay.
so it came with an LED, which is still in there, but I just disconnected it and pulled the battery out. But now I made a little notch for the wires, and now I have a hand that's wired to power.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna run one power source instead
Oh,
of
all right,
multiple.
cool. Oh, yeah. And when you covered it up, you really tell it now. It just looked white until you covered it up.
No, it's
Yeah, it
it's
didn't look
lit.
like
Here,
it was lit.
If I unplug it from the USB here, it'll go dark.
Well, it looks like the handle. Okay. It looks like the handle actually grip too, will it?
Yeah, no, these fingers are all adjustable.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Of course, you know me, Todd. I'm gonna have to do the same thing, except for I'm gonna be putting SMDs in there.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all good.
Yep.
What you working on, Buck?
Christine. Just did up got the headlights.
How old is she?
I wonder if seems like I've seen somebody post that to a Facebook group somewhere along the way. Very, very recently. You that? Are you that guy?
I've worked on it off and on our stream.
Okay, so you ain't never posted it to Facebook?
We actually do post the streams actually post to Facebook at the same time. But
No,
as far as if you're saying
a particular group,
no, I haven't.
okay.
But I do know that Fubar's what is it? Fubar's model yard. That's on his shop card.
Okay.
Not sure how long ago Benny did it, but Benny did it a while ago.
Well, somebody's building one in one of the Facebook groups that I'm part of. I'm a member of, and I would curiously, if it was you, but apparently it's not you.
There you go, Todd.
And I have,
Both sets of headlights working.
There we go.
Nice.
You decided to go with white, not red, huh?
For the headlights?
Yeah.
Yeah, headlights are red. Taillights are or headlights are white. Taillights are going to be red.
see, I plan on putting like two bright ones on one side and a bright and a warm on the other side. Just to
I
brighten
actually
up a
looked at
little
it.
bit.
Well, I looked at it, and using the warm whites would look would look more correct for the age of the car. But in the movie, they had cool white lights in the headlights.
Been so
I
long
was going
since
to
I've
go
seen
for
that movie.
kind of like the fully fixed, but yet still slightly run down look.
Yeah. I just remembered. The grill's not yet glued on. Actually, it looks like that right now. So, Mark, when you go to do yours, if you're going to light the tail lights, all you got to do is auger out the hole enough to where a 3mm light will fit inside.
That you used is 3mm.
Yeah, 3mm in the hole in the back of the tail light, because
Yeah.
it'll actually, the glow will actually go through the chroming.
Do you sand yours or no?
No, I literally just drilled it out to where a 3mm would fit.
Yeah. Do you sand the do you sand your LED so that it kind of shines in every direction, or just leave it as a smooth clear?
Oh,
one?
I actually sanded off the top to where it's flat.
Okay.
Yeah, so that it would fit flush like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've got SMDs, I got 5mm, I got 3mm, I've got blinking, I've got every color you can think of.
I'm the same way.
I think I've got 2,000 white 5mm LEDs.
Don't think I have quite that many, but I've got more LEDs than I will ever use, probably.
I have approximately 0. I think that's one thing I'll never do. Too much planning and not enough time.
What planning?
Planning
I
all your wiring and all that. And
Oh no. Oh no. I just say lights would look good there. I put them in there, and then I'm like, now how do I get the wires to where
yeah, I
need
know.
them?
See, that's the problem. I don't have a lot of time for how do I do this.
This is only some of what I have. Like packages and packages of SMDs, flickering and kits, flashing 3mm, flickering yellow, flickering white. This is all resistors, different values of resistors. This is all LEDs, colored, clear, 3 and 5 mil. These are SMD 3-watt LEDs, controller boards, UV light. What do you call them? RGB lights. Yeah, and this is like only some of it.
Oh yeah.
Like here, if I take my camera and I move it over here, that entire thing is filled with LEDs and resistors.
I need one of those. I need one of those to organize shit.
Yeah.
I bought them from Amazon. It was like $20 or something like that for like 2,000 5mm white LEDs.
Wow.
I just come in this like a bag like this. I think they're like, this bag is 1,000. I've already opened one bag, but and then they're just small little bags inside.
Yeah. Well, I used to have them in multiple. Well, they're still in multiple boxes, but at one point I bought a tackle box that had 4 of these in it. So that's what I've used to organize mine.
I got pretty much the same thing. Those little cases full of them.
Yep.
And then there's all the recycled LEDs that I have too. From electronics and stuff, because I do a bunch of electronic things. And I make those LED cubes, those dancing cubes.
Yep.
I make those things. I program Arduinos. I do all kinds of electronic stuff. Actually, I think the LED cube is on my channel way back, but yeah, it's there. And then I use LED strips to make on a soup can kind of thing, the big soup cans.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad uses them for his lighthouses that he builds.
Very cool.
Just put them on like this here, the LED strips, all the way around, and it just cycles all the way around. I use just old power packs and stuff to power them up. So you can plug them into 110 and converts it down to the 12 volts I need. So Dad will build the housing around it, and the light will just cycle. It's on a speed controller too, so it can control how fast it goes around.
Nice.
I have drawers and drawers of all kinds of crap. Oh, use the garbage tape. Cab is ready to go. Is there any particular tape you guys like to use for masking?
For large areas, I use just blue painter's tape. But when I'm going after smaller areas, I picked up, I want to say it was 20 rolls originally. Washi tape off of Amazon.
Oh, is that white stuff?
No, it's multiple colors.
Oh,
But it's really thin
bought-
and it
Oh,
actually
you're talking
blocks
about-
real well.
You're talking about I just got a bunch of that stuff. I think it's used in fingernail art.
Not sure.
This stuff here. It's like pinstriping. It's
Yeah, I
there's
bought this from
colored, and then
Amazon.
there's some that's like this one here has got like a graphic in it.
Oh, that's Chart Pack, I think.
I know
I
it's
bought
used in
this
fingernail
from
art.
Amazon thinking it would work good. It doesn't work with shit. It doesn't like to stick.
I use when I'm doing. Yeah, of course I use the blue tape. I use some Tamiya tape. But Mark, at paint supply store, I picked up some vinyl masking, the thin stuff, and
like
this is
here.
just yeah. This is just the generic brand 3M that I picked up when I was there.
Yeah, none of the stores that are around here have the thin stuff, so I had to order this one from one of the hobby stores. It's 1 millimeter wide.
Right.
I tried the Tamiya 1 millimeter paper tape, and yeah, I don't like that stuff.
Yeah, the Tamiya tape just don't. To me, it don't stick well. Pretty
And
much
this
got
stuff
one
here,
shot
this is
with it.
from
If
the-
you could pick it, if you have to untape it and move it, it don't want to stick anymore.
Yeah, and this stuff here is from the dollar store. I just use this for bulk masking because I find it doesn't like to stick either, but it sticks good enough for, your rough coverage.
Right.
And then this here, this green one, it's the 3M Scotch automotive masking tape, and that stuff works freaking awesome.
Yeah, I got to plan a trip myself to go to the paint store pretty soon.
Yeah, mine's getting a little low.
Problem is they're only open Monday through Friday.
And you work, and
Yeah.
by the time you get home, they're closed.
Yeah, well, just by the time I get home, I'm too fucking tired. And it's a 30-minute ride down there.
Wow.
I know the feeling. I live near a small little tourist town, which is fine, but if I want any type of real store, yeah, it's a good 25-minute drive one way just to get to it.
Yeah.
And if I want to go to a hobby store, well, the only hobby store here in New Brunswick is about 2.5 hour drive one direction, and he's so far out to lunch on his prices, it's better off if I just order it from a store that's 2 provinces away. It's cheaper.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I got the one Hobbytown USA, but their prices. He's no more expensive than anything else you find online, but a lot of times you can find some stuff really cheap online, especially if they got it at HobbyLink. But HobbyLink has been out of stuff so much lately
Yeah, I noticed that.
that now that we got he's a new owner. He's offering discounts for if you're a member of the local Model Club, and altogether up to a 20% discount if you're a member of the Model Club, military, retired military, or a member of IPMS. So I went ahead and became a member of IPMS. That way I can get up to a 20% discount, and then his prices I might as well just go to him, instead of order anything.
I mean, I like the prices.
He'll
like
order anything I want.
I like the prices that are, I mean, yeah, sure, I still got to convert them, but the prices at round 2 or whatever there, I mean, they've got nice prices, but their shipping to Canada is just insane.
Oh, yeah.
I can order from like Hobby Nut Models or Hobby Link for an eighth of the price of shipping.
Really?
Yeah. Round 2 to ship to Canada is average $31.
Jeez.
But yet I can order from Hobby Link and it's like $9, $12. Hobby Nut Model is right around the $18 mark. So I'm like, why is
But you're
it
right
people-
there. You're right there on the border, aren't you?
Pretty
the
much
state?
right on the border, right against Maine.
Do you have a passport?
No,
'Cause I'd recommend you getting a post office box.
yeah.
That way you can get.
I looked at
that
one of
way-
those in Canada, and holy son of a bitch, they're expensive.
Yeah.
A PO box big enough to handle a model car.
Well, they
is
keep that stuff in the
800
back. They keep that stuff in the back.
Yeah, you just need the smallest one they have, and then they'll store packages.
Yeah, and then they'll store packages in the back.
Well, even the smallest one was $300 and some a year for a PO box here in Canada. I could just imagine what it is in the States, and
Well,
convert it to Canadian dollar.
It's probably less.
Well, you could do a forwarding
see-
service, and then wait for them to stock up a few things, but they'll only hold it for like 30 days.
And then see, I also have to think about okay, when crossing the border, I got to declare that, then the taxes on it, and blah blah. Like, holy fuck!
Declare it.
Yeah, because you got to declare anything you buy in the States. So if you go across and buy groceries or gas or product or anything like that, you got to declare it, which means then now you got to pay taxes on it, the Canadian taxes and your duty, right?
Really?
Import taxes.
Yeah, it's retarded.
I wouldn't declare models. Just put them in your trunk.
Yeah, but you don't want to get caught doing that.
Yeah. Oh, what about this? And then you get a goddamn fine and everything else, and yeah. Yeah, I think it's all covered. The cab is ready to spray. Yeah, no, it's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes, but I mean the prices are competitive though, because I mean, yeah, like you look at what is it? Say the 64 olds, right? For me to buy it here in Canada and ship it to me, I'm somewhere. Well, it's about $48 for the model, about $10 for shipping, another $5 or so for tax. So, I'm upwards of almost $60 or so by the time I get it to me. And that's Canada. But the model itself in the States, $28 or whatever, I've seen it for. But you convert that to Canadian dollars, then the taxes, shipping's a little higher. By the time I still get it, I'm still, maybe $5 cheaper.
Mm.
But it takes a little longer because now it's got to go through the States and get to me. And
Over the last couple of years, models have gone outrageously high.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
with the cost of oil going up too, they're going to get even higher.
wife works at a grocery store, and she was saying that that the price of milk has gone up so goddamn high. It's not funny.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what it would be for you guys, but it's. I think she said it was like 8 something just for a jug of white milk.
Good God.
So I mean, you convert that
that's
to
high shit.
convert that to US, it's probably closer to like 5 something a jug for you guys, 4 liters.
There are areas you're going to pay that.
Chocolate
Especially-
milk is over. Chocolate milk's over $10.
Yeah, there are areas like in Alaska and Hawaii that it's that much for a gallon of milk.
Well, that's because it's hard to get to.
Yeah,
Out here, the farmers are penalized. Like, say if they have to do, they're allowed, say, 3,000 gallons of milk a week or something, right? If they produce $5,000 of milk or 5,000 gallons of milk, they get a fine and they got to dump those extra 2,000.
that's retarded.
So I'm
Absolutely.
like, yeah, it's so freaking stupid how they do it. And I'm like, well, if they took the extra milk, they could make milk cheaper. Oh no, government states, here's your quota. This is what you're allowed to do.
That's government
Anything
control.
anything over that is dumped out, and you get penalized.
Government thinks they got the answers for everything.
Yep.
Well, it's all their taxes, right? You got too much milk, well, then you can't charge as much. Just like the oil. You got too much oil, you can't charge as much for gas or anything else. So when they start getting to a certain quota, they start shutting down the wellheads so that you're not producing any more oil. Keep the price of the barrel up nice and high. Gas is high. I mean, Alberta produces a lot of freaking oil, but yet it's all sitting in reserve. Because, we got too much. You can't have that right now. That's how they make their money.
Yep.
Then they get to blame the evil oil companies,
Yeah.
and it's their policies.
Yeah, we got 30 barrels of oil, and turn around and says, well, that's too many. Says, okay, you keep 15 and we'll buy 15. You just sit on that one. Oh, well. I live in the bush. I hide.
I can't hide. I live just outside of St. Louis. What's the matter, Todd?
What's that?
Was that wasn't you that went?
Nah, that was me.
Okay. I thought it was Todd.
I'm tired. spent all this time cleaning my airbrush, and I'm waiting on some parts to strip so I can dirty up an airbrush again. Then clean it again.
Never ending cycle.
I had two hubcaps that got like chips of paint in them. It's like chipped off. It's gone. As far as where I re-chromed them.
What do you use for? Do you use Alclad? What do you use for chrome?
I like Spaztex Ultimate Mirror Chrome.
Yeah. Is it a 2-stage?
Yeah, you do the black. I use the Alclad black backer.
Right.
I've had better luck with it. Yeah. And then I top coat it for durability with Createx. That's it there. Createx 4053.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, turns out good. I'm happy with them. I tried Alclad and see, the guys doing videos. This is how I do it. Shit, mine don't look that good.
I've got the All-Clad Chrome here, and I've yet to use it. One of these days I will. I like their candy product, though. The candy looks good.
Well, ask Terry too. Don't ever use their Aqua Gloss.
I don't have
Use it.
that.
Yeah, don't use that. It'll take a long time to dry.
There we go, Buck. The wire is now inside the arm,
All the way to the shoulder?
all the way to the shoulder.
Very cool. And I didn't hear you drill once.
No, I filed a couple spots. That's it.
Didn't even cuss any.
No cussing. The wire is hidden. The wire is actually hidden inside the elbow, and the only place that's really visible is right there, just right there under the shield. I don't even know if you can see it, but between basically the hand and the wrist. But other than that, it's clear all the way to the shoulder.
Yeah, well, Todd's not quite a real modeler yet. He builds part works. He doesn't bleed when he builds. He doesn't swear.
Yes, I do. Don't tell me that part works don't make you swear.
But they don't make you bleed. You're not bleeding, Todd. You're not modeling.
I have actually bled from my part works, so.
So looking at this tip that was brand new when I started, I've decided that butane torches just destroy tips.
Uh-huh.
But the headlights and the taillights work. Now the fun part is putting this on here and connecting these wires to these wires. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. And I got to connect these two as well.
All right, I've done a head. I've done an arm. I don't feel like doing the other arm.
You did the head?
No, I didn't do the head. That's one. I did the arc reactor, and I did
Uh-huh.
the foot. So now I'm going to do the head.
Ah, okay.
We'll take him apart.
So as you're doing this, you're cutting out the switches, right?
No, because a lot of times the switches leave. The switches are structural sometimes. Like maybe they hold the magnets that hold the pieces on.
No, what I mean by cutting out the switches, you're going past them. You're not running wires through them.
No, I just leave all the guts in there.
Bypass.
I take the battery out and just leave all the electronics in there.
Okay.
So I mean, you could technically put a battery in, but the LED's not in there anymore. It'd just be roll it around inside the head. So.
Just be sitting there inside the head and then corrode.
Oh, la deal, but yeah. Ryan sounds pretty quiet.
Now I'm
Concentrated.
replying to YouTube.
I think this is the most masking I've ever done for one model.
But it's gonna look good.
Except for the freaking Super Boss that isn't done yet. That's Super Boss. I'm glad there's only one truck that looks like that. That thing is insane for masking. Just had to put it away for a while.
Heard that.
I just hate it when I'm fixing to touch the screen and all of a sudden I get a notification.
Oh, and you either swipe it away or you go to it.
Well, just as I'm fixing to touch the screen somewhere and all of a sudden the notification pops
Yeah.
as soon as you touch
And then
it.
you go to it and it's like, that's not what I
It's
wanted.
not there yet. It's actually not there yet. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get on out of here.
All right.
Time to start getting ready for dinner. Find a bed. All right, y'all have a good afternoon.
Thanks,
You
man.
too.
Enjoy the rest
Thanks
of
for
the holiday.
stopping in.
Yep.
It's nice having a quiet stream every now and then.
It is.
You get into some live streams, and holy hell, everybody's talking so much at the same time. You can't say nothing, can't hear nothing.
Yesterday we had our moments. And then when I do my part work builds, on my live streams, I kind of feel like I need to talk, otherwise people are going to get bored. You can ask Todd. I can talk for hours and not say a thing.
That's why we miss you when you aren't here.
It's only been a few times here recently, and my stupid back.
Almost sounds like my dad can talk to a perfect stranger for 4 hours and not even know his name at the end of it.
Josh, what up?
Which Josh? Oh, that one. Didn't he just
Yep.
have a live stream going?
I don't know. For the most part, most of my notifications on YouTube are turned off because I go and look at my subscriptions every day. I'm only about 4,000 videos behind right now. So Josh, I just posted the link if you want to join.
See, Marvel, what is it, Marvel Phoenix?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm subscribed to you if you have a channel.
I do have a channel, but I don't put a ton of stuff on there. It's mostly like custom work I do with the Enterprise, and
I may have to look you up. Is it spelt just like the name is on the screen?
Now, if I had set the stream up rather than Eric, I have to mess with him. It would have everybody. He's out at lunch, maybe later. It would have everybody's channel. Those of us that are the core members of Hobby Time or Hobby Time Modelers, it'd have everybody's channel in the description. So Todd's channel would be right there. Like I said, got to mess with Eric.
Yeah, unless you're a flaming female, I'm not finding it.
you can literally go youtube.com/c/Marvel Phoenix.
You got an icon there with a guy and 2 thumbs up?
Yep.
That's probably you then. Yeah, it's got the same live stream thumbnails.
Yep. And I just posted it in the chat.
Hobby Time Modelers Friday night stream number 13.
Oh my gosh, what is all that? You can just do Buck. You can just do /C/Marvel Phoenix.
That's no fun.
Oh. I think once you get to 100
Yeah.
subscribers, you can short link it.
I think that's before
I'm
you
not-
had 100 subscribers.
Could be.
I'm now subscribed to you, so there you go.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, matter of fact, I think, with everything going on with the, Eagle Moss, I believe you actually shot right past me on subscribers there, Todd.
It's probably a good thing I didn't make the Ben Robinson link public, because if I did, there'd probably be a lot more.
Yeah.
And at some point today, I'll go to the channel and check it all out.
Yeah, a lot of it's just the mods I've been doing on the part works, like the Enterprise and the fire truck. Just adding electronics and Arduino and sounds and remote control and controlling it by Alexa and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and all that.
Sounds a lot like one of the other guys I watch.
Most of the stuff I do is on build sites, so I have websites for each one of my builds that says like every stage and every screw and all the mods, and like that's why you can probably hear me taking pictures every once in a while of what I'm doing now, because this will go up on my Iron Man build site.
Yeah.
I don't stream as much as take pictures because I can get a lot more detail taking pictures, and I love photography, so I decided to go the website route. There's so many people that have build channels. I didn't want to try to start from scratch and try to build a YouTube presence as much as do it through the website way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's what's his name? Rick from NYS Productions or something like that. He does like the Enterprise and stuff like that. He doesn't post very often, but man, the shit he does, like the LEDs, and he did one of the Star Trek ships with it's got all these freaking decals on it.
Oh, the
Spent, like,
Aztecing?
Yeah, it's like a couple thousand decals or something.
Yeah, the if he's doing the Aztecing, it's well, it usually comes in sheets, but it's still a lot of work.
Well, it comes in sheets, but he cut each one individually to put in between each rib.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it's like the what was it? The Enterprise NX-01. I did that one several years back, and A Creations did the decals that I used, and you actually had to cut them individually. You know, there were no pre-cut decals.
Yeah.
That was a lot of work, but a lot of fun, and I was very pleased that I only had, I want to say, 2 decals that I lost that didn't work out.
Yeah, no, he must have spent 2 months just doing the decals alone.
I believe it.
But it looked freaking awesome when it was done. And then, of course, all the LED lighting that he did with it and everything else. Because he custom did all the LED lights and the engines and all that stuff. And yeah, pretty wild. He did the Grease Lightning car, and he put all the lighting in that.
Very cool.
Even with a happy mistake, I guess. He did lighting, the headlights or something like that, and the way it shone through the fenders, it actually somehow ended up lighting up the dash. So he left it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like a little happy mistake, he said.
Happy little accidents. Starting to get nervous because nothing has really gone completely south today.
Yeah,
I'm waiting. I'm
some.
waiting to see if, I inadvertently apply 48 volts to the thing and blow every LED at once or something.
Yeah. You get that little magic smoke going.
Yes, never let the magic smoke out of the LEDs. Well, it's kind of funny because Eric, Rascals Models,
Yeah.
unfortunately, his channel got got hacked, so he lost all of his videos. But he did the Disco Prize, the Enterprise from Discovery, was his first kit he ever lit, and he did okay. And it was funny because he was looking; he didn't have a good power supply, so he was looking for a power supply to hook it up to. And he hooked it up, and it was really bright. I mean, it looked just like J.J. Abrams had done it. And he said it was starting to get hot. He lost one LED because he applied 24 volts to it.
I made my own. What do you call it? Benchtop power supply unit.
Yeah.
I made my own. And it freaking works pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
And it's only
pretty cool.
just one of those computer power supplies.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
all
which-
it is.
It's perfectly fine as long as you have it not applying too much voltage.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, that's the thing is that, like I said, it was his first model he lit. He didn't understand. We argued with him for months about whether you had to use resistors or not. It's like, why do I have to use resistors? Why?
You'll find out.
Actually, I think Eric could probably get away with not using resistors. You can get away with applying 24 volts to a system that's set up for 9 volts and not blow the entire thing. I think he can get away with using whatever he wants.
A lot of LEDs will take a lot of voltage for a very short time.
Yeah,
You'll get the occasional one that'll blow up right away, but like it says 3.3 volts for an LED, but it'll take 6 and 7 volts for a very short time.
I don't remember if it was him, who it was, but at one point, just for giggles, I think that might have been me actually. I applied on the live stream 18 volts to an LED with no resistor.
Yeah, every LED will take all that power. They'll take any power for a short period of time.
Half a second.
A very short period of time.
Yes.
I mean, it's one thing if they pop, but it's another thing when they explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 18 volts, they explode.
Yep.
No, I had a little like a 3 mil. I remember this is years ago when I was a kid, and my friend had a 20 amp 20 volt power supply, and my very first job was at McDonald's. I was very excited, and they had replaced all their registers, so we had all these old registers, these cash registers, and we used to take them apart and take the probes of that power supply and just stick them on the circuit board and see what we could fry. And I'll never forget when we put like a regular old LED from Radio Shack, hooked it up to that power supply with 20 amps and 20 volts. Yeah, it explodes. Really quick, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, chunks of plastic flying everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Capacitors are probably the most fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They explode. They explode when you throw them in the frickin' burn barrel, too.
Yep.
Okay. Now to cram all these wires into this little area here.
Get it. All right, get on it.
Well, see, Todd, I
Yeah.
even remembered to run wires outside of the car so I can do strip LEDs on the bottom.
There you go.
But and I remembered to hook my leads up. I almost didn't.
Do you run an external power supply for your cars?
Oh yeah. See what I got? What I've got here is Arduino wires that I run in. That way I set up a power supply outside the bottle, and I run 7 or 8 models off of one power supply.
Oh, okay.
And I always wire everything to be red is on the right. Oh, that's not good. I was about to close this up, not put heat shrink over those two bundles, and then soon as I closed it up and applied power, short circuit, nothing works anymore.
See, some cars I try to put their own power supply in the vehicle.
I find that with the 1/25th scale, they're not big enough.
Because I like picking up those. They look like a regular battery, but they're smaller and they're 12 volts.
Yeah.
They're like a quarter of the length of a regular AA battery. A little more expensive, but like I said, they're nice and small, so you can easily pack them into a trunk area or something. Something like a pickup, though, it's a little hard because you got nowhere to put anything.
Yeah. Well,
But
and I could put a power supply or a battery in the trunk of this,
yeah,
but then I wouldn't be able to glue it all together. And what I do, if you look at the bottom, other than these two wires coming out here and these, and I'll push these up as far as I can, you're not going to be able to see hardly any of the wiring.
yeah.
Like my 66 Batmobile that I did years ago, none of the wires are visible outside the car.
I did one where, kind of like what you're doing, where the wires come out underneath. But I went through the floor and into the muffler area, and I made my own tailpipes using styrene tube, and I ran the wires through the tube.
Very cool.
And then it comes out the back, and then you just I put like cotton swabs kind of thing for exhaust. But that one's no longer around anymore.
I've only got a couple models that have gone away.
Yeah, well, mine went away due to a cat.
Did you see a cat?
Yep.
Decided to throw him off a shelf or something?
Well, he
This
knocked,
is-
yeah, he knocked it off the shelf that he jumped up on, of course. And I never did finish my wooden model ship either, thanks to him, because he ate most of it. But
What
there's
ship were
also
you
a
building?
model- There was some cheap one from Amazon. It was a little wood one. First one I ever tried. I got about 3/4 of the way done, and Wake up the next morning and here he's fucking got half the damn thing eaten. All chewed the rat shit. I'm like, you little fucker. Go away. You're too destructive.
I love working in wood.
Well, it was my first wood ship that I was doing. I thought, okay, I'll get a small, cheap one from Amazon and see what it's like. And, you know, it was going pretty good. I was getting ready to do all the freaking masks and sails and didn't get that far.
Well, I've got, let me switch cameras. Right now, out of the 19 models I've got going, so behind all these pieces of wood, I've got my Lisbon tram that I'm working on. Got a diorama that goes with it. And this one here is, okay, sorry, Goofy, you got to move. This one is going to be my masterpiece because it's the Black Pearl
Yeah.
and the side is open.
Is that the one
Oh,
from
you can-
Amazon?
No,
So it's
this one is from a company in Russia.
So it's like a cutaway?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Because there was one, I don't know if it was Amazon or Banggood or something, that you could get the pearl and it was wood, but it was like the whole side of it was open and it has LEDs and everything in it.
if you come across it, I'll tell you right now, if you're not getting it from the right place, it's a knockoff.
Oh, probably.
And well, if it's a knockoff, it doesn't have all the parts. I bought one of those. I bought a knockoff one. What was it? It was like $25, and it was before I bought this one. And it claimed to be this one, but it did not have any of the stuff for the inside.
Yeah.
I actually forced them to give me my money back. This one actually is about a $700 kit as it stands.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why I've never gotten it.
Yeah. Well, Boiler Dan, I don't know if you've heard of him. He did the golden version from the same company, and now he's working on the all scenario version, which is this one here. So it is a nice kit, I'll tell you that. Oh, that firewall has been a pain in the ass before.
Because I'm going to be, well, once Dad moves out here, as soon as his truck is ready to go, over there, he's bringing the last of our stuff because we've only been in New Brunswick for 3 years. And we've had stuff in storage on the other side of Canada. And he's got a 1/350 scale Missouri for me. And he's got I think it's a 194 or a 1 to 94 scale Cuddy Sark.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to having those get here. It's like I'm going to have fun building those ships. I've got a 1700 Missouri here that I've been slowly working on.
When he was on earlier tonight, model making trucker from the UK, we discussed the fact that he says that 1700 does not exist.
You're one of those guys that's not a model.
It doesn't exist at all.
Doesn't like that scale, does he?
No. Oh boy. Where
I
is
think I
it?
screwed up. I think I screwed up the color on mine, but I can always finish putting it together and do a mass paint on it, kind of thing. Paint the whole thing gray and then redo the deck color. I think I screwed up the deck color. It looks weird.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like we were talking about it on the Arizona. The colors I used on the Arizona's decks may not be canon,
Yeah.
but I like it. It's what I decided to do.
Yeah,
You know, it doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. It's what you think.
That's all
Yeah.
that matters.
well, you like the 350 scale Missouri. I bought the photo. I bought the photo etch kit for it. That's one of the reasons I'm excited to get it here. I mean, I spent like 80 some bucks on this freaking photo etch kit.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm admiring.
Admiring the car.
Yeah, well,
Are you admiring your work?
I am. In my mind, this is beautiful. This has been a long time coming.
Well, you've been
There goes the
wanting
neighbor in
to
his
build
truck
that kit
now.
for a long time.
I've been working on this since probably, I want to say beginning of July, or not beginning of July, end of July. You can see the green in there.
Nice.
The only problem is, and I can see it, I saw it a little bit when I was working on it, and there's nothing I can do about it. You can see the green on the passenger side, but not on the driver's side because that SMD is behind the gas pedal.
Oh, yeah. You see a bit of glow, but not as much as the passenger.
Yeah. But you can see it on the side here really well.
Yeah, on the B pillar.
Still looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Echo, turn off bench.
I picked this up at a garage sale.
Nice. Does it say Johnny Lightning?
Yeah. Johnny Lightning model kit. And it's got the die cast with it. Still sealed. Still sealed.
Very cool.
From what I'm
See,
saying,
gonna-
they're worth a few dollars.
Are you going to put any kind of light behind the grill?
Not really, because the grill is solid.
Is it? Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was just if it was
Yeah.
a grid. You could put like a red light or something.
Echo, turn on bench. No, see, that's why I ran these two wires out the bottom, Todd, is because I'm going to put purple LED strip underneath. Once I start putting the grill and all that in, I'll figure out what I can do in the front, but I know on the sides at least I can do quite a bit. Man, those LEDs are bright when they're pointing right at you.
Yeah, see, the deck color I find is too dark.
It's a little bit, but like I said, with mine I know is too dark, but I like the way it looks. If you like the way it looks, go with it.
I mean, it looks okay. Like, maybe once I get more done on it, but I don't know. For some reason, it just seems too dark.
Well,
Side
once it's
turn-
done and once it's done and you put it on the shelf for a year or so, the dust will build up and it won't be as dark.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I sure the hell ain't dusting this freaking thing.
Hey Oz, welcome.
Way too many small parts with the photo etch railings and everything that comes with it.
Oh yeah. That's
I don't
kind of
wanna
why I'm stalled on my 200 Titanic.
Yeah. No, I don't want to touch that with any type of brush. Maybe a bit of airbrush or something, but
Yeah.
blow it
Well,
off now and then. Keep it somewhat dust free, but yeah.
Okay. So here's the really sad part. I just finished step 5. And I want to say I'm at least a month and a half in on this build.
That's because you're taking pride in it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, plus any kit, as soon as you light it, add a month to 2 months to the build.
Yep.
Peter says dust is his biggest problem, and acrylic cases are expensive.
Oh yeah.
He's not wrong.
No, it's not.
Especially for anything bigger than 125 or 24.
Yep. So, Peter, I don't know
It's
if you're
18.
where you can or if you want to, but if you'd like, no, that's Todd's. Good thing I looked. That's Todd's YouTube.
Peter, gonna join us?
I don't know. I'm going to post a link if he wants to.
I know for me to get 24 scale cases in 19 bucks plus tax and shipping.
Yeah. Well, I know
About
having
10
bought. Well, I know having bought some models from Canada, the minimum shipping I've ever seen coming out of Canada is about $20.
Yeah.
Peter says to give him about 19 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, because the case itself is about 19. Well, it's $18.99, so 19 bucks. Then it's 15% sales tax here, so you're adding another $4 or so to that, and then roughly, depending on where I go, anywhere from $10 to $12 shipping. So now you're what, almost 31 bucks just
Yep.
to get one case. And like, yeah, I'll dust the fucking thing.
I put them all in a glass cabinet. So it's good enough.
Well, that's the thing. When Dad does woodworking, so once we revamp my YouTube room here, because I'm turning part of it into a bedroom for him, and we're gonna build a full wall of cabinet, and I'll get some Lexan or glass or something from the glass shop or whatever, and yeah, gonna get cabinet doors, glass doors on it.
Mm-hmm.
Peter said it's 5:30 in the morning there.
Oh God. Good morning.
Well, see, Todd, he's like most of us other older guys. He gets up way too early. Unlike a certain guy I know in Phoenix that gets up at the crack of 4 or 5.
Hey, my day off, I take advantage of the sleep.
Yeah, me, it's averagely about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, well, I hear you, Todd, and I would do the same thing except for my back here lately. Where did I put that thing? Okay, I guess I hit
Yeah,
New one.
My dad being 72, he goes, "Yep, in your 40s or in up to your 30s, no problem staying out midnight, 1, 2, getting up 4, no problem. You hit your 40s, and all of a sudden you're in bed by fucking 9, and you want to sleep in till at least 8, and then he says once you hit your early to mid 50s, you're back to staying up till 1, 2, getting up 5.
There you go.
I'm like, well, we can hurry the fuck up in a way, because you know what? I'm tired of this 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock bedtime shit.
Well, I tell you,
Wisdom.
I can vouch for that because I'm 57 and I tend to go to bed at about 11 o'clock. When I work, I go to bed at about 11 o'clock on the days that I work, and get up at 5:20.
Yeah.
So the head's lit.
Very cool.
Got a little
Nice.
wire coming out the back of the neck. So now we want to hook them all up.
All you need is a little gremlin on the top of his head pulling wires out, going, that looks important. Kind of like those little gremlins on, what the hell was it? The Outer Limits? No.
Oh yeah, no, Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone on the airplane.
Oh,
Tearing
yes.
up the wing and shit.
Throwing
tearing
it
up
into
the
the
wing.
engine. Oh,
Yeah.
that was traumatic for me as a kid. I did not want to fly after that. Oh, I saw it as a kid. Oh, no.
Are you talking the Twilight Zone movie or the Twilight
Yes.
Zone
I
TV
think
show?
I think it was the movie. I think it was the movie.
What-
That had
Was
the
it black
gremlin
and
on
white
the
or color?
There's color.
Ooh, I think it was color. Yeah,
Okay, that would be the movie
yeah, pretty sure. It was.
because, well, William
There's a-
Shatner was on the original, was on the TV show with that exact same episode.
Yeah, because I think the movie was kind of a remake of a bunch of the shows.
Yes, I think they took some of their best and made it into a movie. Computer, turn off the lab. There we go.
Nice.
Very cool.
Arc reactor's lit. The helmet is lit. Foot's lit. Palm is lit. They still have to do the other hand, but I guess I can start on that. I just wanted to get these all get them all,
Very cool.
and they're all wired to one plug.
That's awesome. By the way, I have to say, Todd, that it's funny that I'm further on the Iron Man than you are.
Yeah, well, if FanHome would only send me 39 to 42, I could get all the way to 50, but I have the other parts. Just don't have 39 to 42. And I got a shipping notification where they said they were going to ship it on the 27th of August. Well, now it's what, the 5th of September?
Usually, I would call them because my experience is when they Peter, welcome.
Hey
Well,
guys,
my experience is that when they send you the email saying they're shipping, they've already shipped it.
No, I didn't get the shipping email. I go look at the
Ah.
subscription on the FanHome site, and it says
Okay.
estimated shipping date is the 26th or 27th of August, and they're liars. How you doing, Peter? Good
Hey
morning.
there. Yeah, good morning. It's still dark outside.
Yeah.
We're all working on different things. Buck is working on his Christine for Halloween, adding lights to it. I'm wiring all the individual batteries of my Ironman Heartwork to one plug. So these have all been converted to LEDs on wiring, so I can run it all off a single plug instead of a bunch of little switches.
All right.
And batteries, no batteries. It's all power mod. And then you're working on a 35 Ford. Is that what you said, Mark?
No, 72 Chevy.
72 Chevy. He's doing some
Okay.
crazy pinstriping on it. So he's
Now,
nuts.
what was the ship
Well,
that he had?
I'm
out
getting
there?
ready to do all the trim.
Nice.
All the trim work.
Very good. Well, I got myself a new book to read the other day, and I haven't even had a chance to look at it yet. So,
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Are you? Have you built the Yamato? Or are you going to build one?
I just bought. I've bought the 1/200 scale.
Oh boy.
So,
Nice.
yeah,
That should keep you busy about 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 years, mate.
Yeah.
I've seen how fast you build.
When I started that Titanic build, the Hachette one, I bought like 4 or 5 Titanic books, and all it did was take me down a rabbit hole of all the details I wanted to add on it. Oh,
Yeah, that's what's scaring me about this thing. It's going to be like, oh my god, how detailed do I want this to be?
yep.
Yeah.
All right, cover your eyes. Computer, turn on the lab.
Bright lights.
Oh yeah.
Fine, man.
Yeah, on the live streams, whenever Todd turns on the lights, he always blows everybody's eyes out.
Yeah.
I give warning when I turn the lights on. So now I got to do the other arm.
See, Todd, the funny thing is, I don't complain about it much because usually I'm looking at what I'm working on, not what you're working on.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it for you.
I know that. I'm doing it for Eric, who's not doing anything besides staring at what you're doing.
I'm the only one looking at the computer screen.
That's right.
Yeah, I need to run my extension lead for my USB for the camera over to the bench and get a top-down shot, but it's all right. I could use my laptop, but unfortunately the network card keeps bugging out and dropping off on the Wi-Fi, so it's not very reliable. So I found out the last few weeks.
Oh, yippee. Yippee, mother.
Yeah, this is a book and a half.
Have you started reading that book yet?
Yeah, right now.
Oh, hey, just some casual reading, no big deal.
Yeah, I'll flick through it in about an hour. Yeah. I've actually ordered some a deck for the ship and some brass turrets and
Did Scale Decks do a deck for it? 'Cause I know
Not yet.
Scale Decks- No, they don't. Okay.
not yet. It's coming.
I came-
Pontos had more photo etch for it too. Actually.
Oh, okay. I came really close to getting the Scale Decks for the
Which ship was that?
You're doing the Yamato, right, Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I bought the 1/700 scale Tamiya Yamato just as a practice. We'll see what happens there. So, I suppose you guys don't know, I just got back from holidays overseas a few days ago.
Where'd you go?
Oh, yeah.
So I was 5 weeks in Thailand and Cambodia.
Oh my gosh, how was it?
Oh, fantastic. The weather was a lot better than here. We're in winter here, and as soon as I stepped back off the plane, it was like 11 degrees and pouring down rain. When I got on the plane, it was 35 degrees in Bangkok. So, yeah. Nice, well-deserved holiday since us Aussies have been locked in our own country for the last 2 years.
Yeah, winter's coming. The days aren't as warm as they're supposed to be, and it's getting cool at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Australia's going into summer, aren't you?
Oh, we will be in the next few months. It'll start warming up again. Yeah. Yeah, we've had terrible weather though. Last 5 weeks have been fantastic. About 5 days ago, I was walking around Bangkok. And my little temperature on my phone was saying it's 34 degrees, and then it says it feels like 48.
Are they in Celsius there or Fahrenheit?
Yeah, yes, we're Celsius, so it's
Yeah.
probably 100 plus.
Yeah, same as us. 'Cause
Yeah, I always
on the other side-
have to remember that 37 degrees Celsius is your body temp, right? So I know that's 98.6. So 38,
Right.
39, it gets to about 100. And
Yeah.
Yeah, because 71 is 70. Yeah, 71 is like 21 degrees.
Yeah, that's too cold for me. I like the high 20s, 30s.
I'm the same way. My dad's on the other side of Canada right now, and heat warning today for 38 degrees.
Wow. Whereabouts is that?
Alberta, Canada.
Alberta, right. Okay. Wow.
I'm in New Brunswick. We're sitting at what, 21, I think, today.
I wish. It's like 40, 44 Celsius here today.
I wish.
Yeah, but Todd,
I'm
you live on the surface of the sun.
Yeah, that's right. That's Phoenix. That's Phoenix for you.
Oh, well, the only difference was the temperature. I had a tropical island and a hammock on the beach to lay in. And a nice tan, which will gradually disappear over the next week.
Well, I'm an indoor guy, so you know what happens is I go straight to burn, and I'm Irish, so I have white skin, and I literally just go right to burn.
By the way, Todd,
Yo,
I did something this morning.
what is that?
Look at the thinner.
I was going to say, is it kid friendly?
What is that? Why does it look like milk?
Because it's it's biodegradable, I think it was. Hang on. Let's see. No pollutants. It's a thinner, but it's a green thinner.
So you can drink it.
I'm not going to try. It did when I filled it up and sat it down. I looked at it. I said, I need to put the top on that because it does look like milk. But yeah, this is the stuff I'm using, and I picked it up quite a while ago.
Does it work as good as the real stuff?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Okay. That'd save you a few pennies, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a good question. Is it cheaper or more expensive than like regular paint thinner?
I want to say that gallon was like $8 or $10.
That feels cheaper.
Wow.
I've been using that stuff for like the last 8 or 9 years.
Actually, I've got to go buy some more thinner today. I'm heading off to one of the biggest hobby shops we have here in Australia called Hobbyco. And yeah, I got to pick up a few things. But thinner's one of them.
It's I gotta say, Peter, it's much more calm just having you on the stream and the other guys. They're not screaming and yelling at the football. They're not yelling at each other, cussing each other out. I love them though. I love watching you guys on stream.
Peter's the calm one.
Yeah, Peter's the calm one. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I try to put the chill factor into it, although it doesn't really work. Those guys are nutcases, but you know, it's all right.
It's fun to watch. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just the way. That's us, you know. Like that's just the way we are. I mean, some of the text messages are no different to what we're like on camera.
Well, it's one of the reasons I like these HTM guys is everybody's just gives everybody shit, and you know, they're all friends. They know each other, take care of each other, it just
You
makes
must,
sense.
have a hard, you must have a hard time sort of figuring out what we're talking about sometimes. That's what I'm thinking, with all of the accent and some of the words we come up with,
Yeah, but you know what? You can still work it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Too bad.
yeah.
So, yeah. There. That's how well that works. I just swirled it in the paint or in the thinner, and it's clean. That was with enamel paint.
Young baby
So
girl.
it's not going to light colours or anything. It's just clears when it clears.
Yeah. Well, and with painting, with the fact that I was painting them black, the fact that it cleared that quick is pretty good.
I wouldn't be mixing it with clear coat.
No. Oh, puppy.
That's
look at
right. Puppy.
that. Puppy. Big
It-
puppy.
Another week, she'll be 7 months old.
Wow.
Really? You're just a puppy.
Yeah.
But she loves you already.
And she's only half her size.
Oh my gosh. Does she still think she's a lap dog?
Oh yeah.
So what was that chip I saw you working on earlier?
Which one?
I saw someone working on a ship, small 1700 or something, was it?
Oh, the one I brought out.
Yeah. Fetch.
Yeah, there was a 1700 Missouri.
Ah.
Now I had pulled out the Arizona that I started it on Friday's stream, and yesterday we streamed for about 6.5 hours.
That's looking nice. Wow.
Thank you.
And that's a good size, isn't it, for a 1700, isn't it? It's a big
Actually,
ship.
this is like a 1/525 or something. It's an odd scale.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the same as my what do you call it? And HMS Victory.
Right. Yeah, a
HMS
couple of
Victory is a 1/225 or something like that.
Now, how's your eyesight? Especially with the photo etch, that destroyed my eyes, when I build those.
Yeah, HMS Victory that I got is a 1/225 scale. Kind of a weird scale.
Oh, actually, right within my reach here, I have that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That was a.
Hang on, bring that back, Oz.
There we go.
There we go. Very cool.
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do when mine's done, is put it in resin.
Yeah, and just use. Well, actually, that's not even resin. That's just a picture frame, and I use silicon.
Okay.
Just filled it up with silicon, like you squeeze out of the.
Yeah.
Out of it's a caulking
Yeah.
tube, yeah.
But, yeah, a lot of photo etch on that too.
That's what I want to do. Because it's so small, it's like, yeah, that would look good in there.
They do look good for the size, and I guess being that small, you can't see your mistakes.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got where is it? The Yamato I got to build. I bought it back from Thailand. I bought it overseas. I went and visited the Tamiya shop in Bangkok. Couldn't resist.
Yeah, no doubt, eh? I would too.
So yeah, I bought that. And that's not a bad size. I'll find the box. Hang on a sec. No, can't find it. Don't know where I put it. I don't know. I only got back here 4 days ago, and I sort of unpacked everywhere.
I call that explosive unpacking.
Oh, it's the worst job. And it's really depressing unpacking. Oh my god.
I try not to do it for a few days so I can pretend I'm still on vacation.
Well, fortunately or unfortunately, depending how you look at it, while I was overseas, I emailed my boss at work and I said, "Do you mind if I take an extra 2 weeks off?" That would bring it up to 7 weeks. And surprisingly, he said, "Yeah, no problem." Oh, excellent. So quickly jumped onto the airline and my travel agent to reschedule my airfare, and they're going to charge me $1,100 to change my ticket.
Oh my God.
It cost me $880 for the return ticket to come here and to get here
Wow.
because all the economy seats were all taken, and they would have had to give me a flexi, some other fare, and charge me the extra. And I'm going, oh, that's no way. I'm not paying that. So I thought, oh, I've been here long enough. It's okay. I'll go home and chill out for 2 weeks before I go back to work and acclimatise to the Aussie weather.
Great.
So I had a good time. I had as long as I planned, and I've got an extra couple of weeks before I go back to work. So I'm hitting the model dining table bench and, yeah, chilling out.
Well, we're glad to have you.
We are absolutely glad to have you back.
Oh, I saw you guys online, and I thought, oh, I'll pop in there and say good day and see what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like us old guys get up early in the morning. You know, it's the way it is.
Yeah, well, a couple of weeks ago, they were like all kinds of upset because I think they had to get up at 11.
You're talking about me.
Well, yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Todd's up and watching the Aussie. You know, you guys are down there in Australia. Well, the rest of us are all sleeping.
Oh yeah, the show I slept in for and missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Which wasn't my fault actually. My originally it was let's do an hour earlier show for the English show, the afternoon one. But they thought I was talking about the one we do for the US viewers. So I wake up at 5 o'clock like I do, even on holidays, have a quick look through YouTube and whatever, and then went back to bed. And then at 7 o'clock out my time in Thailand, they went live. I didn't know about. I was sound asleep, had my phone turned down, didn't hear any of their messages. And then I wake up and the show's over, and where the hell were you? And everyone's going off at me.
On vacation, where were you?
So anyway, another thing we're going to do too is put up the notifications for the show a few days earlier. They just leave it to like an hour or two before. And I said, you got to do that, you know, a couple of days before. Let people, you know, cancel their plans so they can arrange they know what time we're on.
Yeah. Kind of like we do sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
I've slept through plenty of streams.
Well, usually it's funny on Fridays. You know, we start at 8 o'clock my time, which is 6 o'clock Todd's time, and you know, Todd, about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon his time, he says, "Did anybody advertise the stream?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we'll do that 30 minutes about."
Which is not good.
Hey, if you notice, it's out there already for this Friday.
Yes. Well, didn't Eric put out the next month's worth?
He did.
He created.
And then, well, he did. And then somehow when we streamed on Friday,
yeah,
it cleared them all out.
Excellent.
Now, where is he?
Eric has this thing called friends that are visiting.
Oh, okay. You know, this is a solo hobby. I didn't think you were allowed to have friends.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know, it cuts into your modelling time having people come around. Gosh.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's like yesterday. My wife come down after 6 hours. She's like, "Are you still on?"
You see, I don't even have a wife, so I don't have that problem, if you call it a problem.
No, it's not a problem.
Oh gosh, but yeah, I know what you mean by the time differences. I mean, you guys not so extreme, but when you're down here on the other side of the planet, upside down, you know, you're way out of time for everyone else in the world.
Yep.
So it makes it a bit difficult.
Well, it's 10 after 5 here right now, PM.
Well, you're almost, well, that's 11 hours. Sorry, 6 a.m. and we're ahead of you by a day, so 23 hours. Yeah. So let me just grab the lotto numbers for you, because you'll need those for tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're on the 6th right now.
Yeah. And the sun's up and it looks like a blue sky, so that's good. Oh, hang on, that could be grey.
Oh, it's starting to rain here. So.
And we're heading into the rainy season here in Illinois.
Illinois. So I've been to Illinois. A place called Bloomington. Have you heard of that?
Yep.
Bloomington, Illinois.
As a matter of
Boy.
fact, I love Bloomington because of its whole name is Bloomington Normal.
Okay, yeah. Boy, is that
Twin
a story.
Cities.
Yeah. Huh. So many, many years ago, back when the internet was invented, I met a girl online from over there. I met her and we chatted for about 12 months. And one day I said to her online, and mind you, it wasn't like this. It was just chat. So I never saw what she looked like. She never knew what I looked like. I said to her, guess what? I just bought a ticket to Chicago. I'm coming to visit you. So I did. I jumped on a flight, flew over. She met me at the airport, and we headed south. And I spent 3 weeks and had a great time. We didn't click as we hoped, but had a good time. Turned out she was an ex-cop. She had a lot to do with homeless people and rehabilitating ex-gang members. And I had an interesting time with a lot of interesting people I met that loved my Aussie accent. I was the center of attention. So, yeah, that was a good, interesting trip to Illinois.
See, if you tried that today, you would have landed and it'd been some guy named Steve.
Yeah, no doubt, eh?
Oh yeah, not good. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, it wasn't
a guy named Steve that identifies as Shirley.
Yep.
Oh,
It
God.
surely wasn't what you were expecting. That's for damn sure.
Wow.
That could be worse. Could have been a guy named Todd.
Right.
Yeah.
Go on, Todd. What about Todd? What's wrong with Todd?
I'm Todd.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay.
Forgive
So
me.
I am going off mic for a second, guys, because I just realized that is the last piece, the one that I glued to this the radiator holder, that is supposed to be body colored and is currently not painted. So I'll
Uh-oh.
be right back.
Okay. So yeah, that's
Is that the
Three-
only time you've been to the States? Have you been out here more than that?
oh, I've been out there 3 times. Yeah. Once I spent 2 months just on holiday. it was my first trip overseas, and I did an Everest expedition in Nepal.
Oh wow, nice.
It was for 6 weeks. I ended up staying there for 2 months. And then when I was supposed to come back home after that, I didn't. And I came back 2 years later. So I did
I'll
a
be
big
back
world.
in a minute.
Yeah. So I went to the US. I rented a car and I drove from Boston across up into Maine. Went and saw my hero Stephen King's house. Then went up into Quebec, Montreal. Drove across to Toronto. And drove back into the States down through Michigan, Ohio. Just did all that top quarter back to New York, Pennsylvania, New York. So a bit of a road trip. The second time I went there, back to New York, the first time I went to the Empire State Building as a typical tourist and did all that. The second time I thought, well, I'll go check out the World Trade Center. So I went down there and jumped in the lift, went up the top of the World Trade Center, took my photos, enjoyed the view, went through Battery Park, out did the Statue of Liberty. And that was the afternoon before my flight from JFK. So I went to the airport, jumped on a plane, headed back home. That was September 10, the day before.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
The towers got hit. Yeah. So, yeah, it was lucky timing on that one.
Yeah. And that had to be a little bit of a shock when you got home.
Oh yes, definitely. I remember because the jet lag. I was up watching TV. It happened about 11 p.m. in our time in Australia, which was about 8 a.m. over there. Yeah, just sitting here watching it all come live on CNN. Going, wow, geez, is this for real, or are you watching a movie? Watching a movie there, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah. So those
The
were
wife
the
says
times.
you were. The wife said you were playing around in New York just before 9/11. She's sitting here watching you guys.
Yeah, yeah. So
Don't blame Peter.
Yeah, and you were in Calais, Maine. She said.
yeah, I went up to Maine, Bangor, up. I rode. I'm trying to remember Connecticut, Rhode Island, all that area up there. Bangor, Maine, because Stephen King. I've read all his books. I loved his books. So drove past his house and took some photos and went to the antique shop from his novels, and it just, you know, because all his novels are based around where he lives, so it was quite interesting to see the pet cemetery and everything, you know.
Yeah, see, in Calais, if you were in Calais, Maine, there's a town about 20 minutes from me, which is on the border of Calais, Maine. Like the border crossing is right there.
Yeah, you guys were really
Right,
close.
Yeah. You would have been pretty darn close to me.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Wife's down here. We're going to do some stuff, clean up the house a little bit. So I'm leaving you on your own, Todd.
Uh-oh. I'm not alone.
Oh,
I know you're not. So we will see you guys next time, and have a great day. You have a great day, Peter, seeing as it's the first thing in the morning for you. The rest of you guys have a great afternoon, and I'll talk to you next time.
All right.
later, Buck.
See you, mate.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting
Yeah, I'll-
close to the time. I'm almost ready here to paint the